Last time. And now, more of the same.
They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked.
There too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
How about that one?
Probably not. The final door was hidden in the corner of the hall.
May as well give it a try.
Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him and belonged to neither Seven nor Clover.
Jumpy!
Huh?
Akane! He spun around. He saw someone running towards him from the other side of the hallway. There were 3 people coming towards Junpei and his companions.
June? And Santa? And Lotus too?
They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
Hey guys, how are you doing?
What are you doing here?
It's been a few months.
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys, could you come take a look at this?
Come take a look at this cliche. No, so I was just wondering why they were running. Then I remembered that theirs was the lab. So they just got out of like an exploding room. She was standing at the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious of what she'd found.
Look on the wall here.
There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway.
A map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor then?
Most likely.
Door 7. And... Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
In fact...
Yeah, isn't that what I said?
What?
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9.
Ah,
We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the Nonary game works.
I see.
oh, and that's right. We don't need to kill anyone to get out. But how do I get that through to everyone if Snake keeps going missing? He keeps going missing. So without one of the people here, not all of us can go. Unless... But the 9 guy always dies too.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this lead to...
As I looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
yeah.
They moved as one for the door.
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Slowly, all 5 nodded their silent assent. Deep breath, Santa threw open the door. Alright, so now we're reunited with Ace. And then it was after this that everything kind of started going down. Because I went down to the basement, I think. We found the key, we got to the 9 door, and then everyone got murdered. Even not looking around, each one of them knew where they were.
I knew it.
They were just where the map had said they would
Back. In the hospital room.
be. Can I skip this at all? There has to be like a skip button, right? There we go.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying.
You don't understand jack shit, Ace.
The
Alright.
key?
Oh, okay. So I can skip until a part that I haven't read before. Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. The key.
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Right, Junpei?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
Oh, the solar system keys. We found a couple more in the laboratory and the kitchen. Here, the Earth key and the Saturn key card.
And with that, she pressed them in Junpei's hands. The metal key had the Earth symbol on it, and the key card had the Saturn symbol on it.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Yeah, also the fact that you don't have any pockets under your goddamn clothes.
Yeah. On it.
Junpei felt slightly less than honored.
Now we have 3 keys that we haven't used yet.
Yeah. The Jupiter key that we found in the operating room, the Earth key that Lotus just gave me, and the Saturn key card that Lotus said was in the kitchen.
Junpei took the new keys into his pocket. June spoke up.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right?
Believe so?
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then, next to the stairs...
Wait!
They were the first words anyone heard out of Clover in like quite some time. Can I skip this? Okay. So... Alright. Okay. So now we're going alone. Okay. We're going alone to the staircase. Now we're going downstairs. Okay. No idea.
You know, that's a good question.
Junpei looked off into the distance thoughtfully. Lotus sighed and shook her head.
I can't believe this. You guys followed me here, but you don't even know why.
Nope.
Junpei, you've got the solar system keys, don't you?
Yeah.
He did. He pulled them out.
The Saturn key card.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I can't skip
and
this
the
part.
Earth key. What about him?
Junpei didn't see what they'd had to do with anything, though. Both he and Santa were completely lost. Fortunately, June took pity on them.
Don't you remember the elevator? On C deck, where we are now. There was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember?
Thank you, June.
And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think.
That would be correct.
So the 2 keys that Jumpy has?
Should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck. Huh.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
June smiled, pleased with herself, as she damn well should be. So did Santa.
All right, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into 2 teams? Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you 2 can search Saturn, all right?
Sounds good.
I'm
then
down.
you guys should take this key.
Junpei handed the Earth key to Santa. Though only one with pockets. They decided their initial search should be
We have
brief.
no idea what's on the other side of these, so don't go too far. Just search for 10 minutes and come back.
Plan decided, the 2 teams split it up. Junpei and June entered for
There's
the
a
elevators.
card reader next to the left elevator.
Then let's try out the Saturn key card.
The only keycard we have. Light on the upper lower
Great!
brink.
It looks like it's working now.
All right. Now, how do I call the elevator?
Okay. Alright. As much as I want to hear this, as much as I want to hear this part again, June was probably afraid of. I'm just going to go through all the other options now. She was afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators on the A deck or B deck since near the central staircase. All of which meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D deck, is completely underwater. An elevator heading to a submerged floor. That is pretty scary. Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
Yes. So, okay, so the first option just sidetracked this whole thing. I wanted to hear it again, but hey, you know,
You'd probably die.
That, yeah. Thank you, Junpei.
Oh, no. Don't be so casual about something like that.
June, we're gonna die. We'll bang, okay?
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good idea.
Now then.
Junpei glanced at the room they'd found themselves in. The first thing he noticed was a set of thick iron bars. They ran the length of the room, separating the left elevator from the right one.
Iron bars. Well, we can't go over there.
Correct. This skip button's going to be my savior. Alright, so we found the 6th door. Yes, yes. Map of E-Deck. Okay. So. Oh god.
What's wrong?
This is when we find Snake. Okay.
What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that?
Okay. Snake's dead. I'm sorry, Snake, for being so casual about this, but I don't really have any choice. Han. It always is... Okay, it said LR.
Just the detonator. Oh god, it's...
Okay.
Yeah, can't even...
But the clothes are...
No mistake about it.
Okay. But why does it say LR? That's the confusing bit. Wait. I have to see everyone die. Because every time they die, something will get unlocked. Except for Clover when she died like a fucking dog at the end of my last run through. Okay. So Snake is LR. Was Snake still on the or was Zero still on the ship with them? Yes. Of course he was. That was obvious.
But I don't...
Zero was somewhere on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. Junpei mumbled to himself, lost in thought.
Where could Zero be hiding?
Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and his throat. Zero is one of us. That's crazy.
Isn't this ship going to sink in a few hours? If Zero was here with us, he'd be putting himself in danger. Why the hell would he do something like that? There's no motive.
Clover looked up at Junpei and her face fell.
You don't believe me.
No, no, Clover! Wait, no, I have a con. Ah, fuck! Her eyes were so pitiful. The moment Junpei's met them, he felt his heart tighten. He didn't think what he said was wrong. Perhaps the way he said it had been. He'd been too insensitive. Clover had just lost her brother. His death would have been bad enough, but she also seen the blasted wreck of his body. Junpei barely knew him, and the sight had been enough to make him sick. What Clover had felt, he couldn't begin to imagine. That mental state she must have been in, it was understandable that she would look at those around her. She felt everyone was against her. The least Junpei could have done was try to understand what she was feeling. He felt ashamed of what he'd said. Perhaps he thought I should apologize. But before that apology could begin...
Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us.
Ace had beaten Junpei to the punch. As he spoke to Clover, his face was calm and
But
friendly.
you have to understand. The more we distrust one another, the further we fall into our true foe's trap. Zero was the one who did those horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who would do such a horrible thing?
Clover didn't answer. She didn't even look at Ace. The whole time her eyes were on Junpei. He could feel Clover's eyes boring into him. They were the color of deep winter lake. Junpei saw no suspicion in them, only sadness. Then, in that horrible silence... So she was... Oh... She was depending on me. Oh god. Wait. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, no. It was the clock at the central staircase.
It's 3 in the morning.
Correct.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Oh, Clover, I'm sorry. I'm
Then
so
we need to
sorry.
move now. 7. Clover, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
I still don't trust you fully, Ace. One of these timelines, you're going to go fucking crazy. I can guarantee it. 7 and Clover remained silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far
We
away.
must go. We have very little time left.
Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going.
Our next destination is Mercury.
But maybe you and June should check it out first and then report back to us.
All right, let's go, June.
Right.
Left.
Here it is.
Did we ever go here before?
The Mercury card reader.
We're using the card 7 gave us, right?
Yeah,
I found it when we were checking out the shower room.
I think 7 said something like that.
Will there ever be a time that I go and find his body too?
Anyway, let's see what happens.
Junpei slipped the card through the reader. Yeah. Okay, so I have been here before. The 2-door. So that means... Okay. So I have the 6-door and the 2-door. Alright. Ooh, okay. Alright. Here's where we... Okay. I wanted to go through door 1.
My choice is door 1.
Santa was unconvinced.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Sure, here.
Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pot. You little shit. Although he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
I had 3 pieces of paper ready.
For doors 1, 2, and... Oh my fucking god.
And I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot.
He put a small mark on it so he knew which one was his.
I just needed to make sure I drew last.
What the fuck, Junpei?
After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say?
He fought the urge to smirk.
You got lucky.
Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated.
Very well. We've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself.
Good, we get to spend time with Clover. I need to see if I can apologize.
Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams.
June and I want door 6.
Lotus and I want door 2.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people. Aw.
Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6.
3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. 24. 2 plus 4 is 6.
Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right, June?
Well, I
June was at a loss for words. Lotus was not.
Pig. You just wait and see.
Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine.
Calling me old. This is why men are such a pain in the ass.
Why are you... Lotus, you're scaring me.
They're about as subtle as a brick.
And they're at it again.
Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself.
I'll see you later, June.
Jumpy.
Yes. Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time it didn't sting quite so much.
Don't make that face. It'll be like what 7 said.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9.
Well, besides the fact that one of our numbers is gone, or two of our numbers is gone.
And that's how the Nonary game works.
The Nonary game. Seven's words took a weight off Junpei's shoulders and felt much better.
It'll be fine. I'll see you soon.
All right. See you later.
Lingering uneasy remained, but they went their separate ways. Okay. Junpei, Ace, and Clover head toward
Here's
A-Deck.
A-Deck. It was the door on the left, right?
That should be it, yes.
Then here we go.
Clover, I'm so sorry.
It's just as Santa and Lotus said.
At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 on
A
it.
numbered door.
To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red.
There's the red. I'll go first.
Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel.
Now the two of you, if you would.
1, 5, and 5. Or 4. Third asterisk with the life shining brightly. Ace took hold of the
Now.
lever.
Are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yes.
Yeah, anytime.
Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head.
Very well, then. Let's go.
I'm gonna have to go back, make that choice again, and say, hey, it might be possible. I need to believe her.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know why I'm feeling so strongly about wanting to
And it's open! Move it!
be okay with Clover, even though I have a Kane, so hey. They stumbled into the room.
Where is it?
Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device that would determine whether they lived or died.
There it is! Over there!
Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands on it over it as if they were fighting for it. Of course, they made Clover go last.
It stopped.
Yes, it did.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast.
I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I agree.
Now then.
Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly.
There's another door. Let's try opening it.
He took hold of the doorknob and easily, gently pulled it open.
So, this is the wheelhouse?
Oh, we're at the helm of the ship now. He closed the door again and turned to Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare and then spoke.
Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door.
Very well.
Clover, you're in charge of this room. Say something.
Okay, I will.
All right then, let's get started.
Man, that's... Is it because I said that and didn't believe her that I'm being such an asshole to her? That better not be the case.